On today's video, we go up Telephone Canyon in search of the old Lincoln Highway. Telephone Canyon is a pretty familiar place for me, especially just this beginning part of it. When I was a kid, we used to ride motorcycles up here. There are all kinds of trails. There's also a motocross track, several different versions of loops and different ways you can ride your side-by-sides or whatever through and everything else. Very rocky though, very rocky. Lots of rocks, loose rock, and But the reason why I'm titling this In Search of the Old Lincoln Highway is I was looking at old maps, and this path that we're taking right now, they say was the original path of the old Lincoln Highway. Went up Telephone Canyon and out by Peru Hill. So, decided to go in search of it. You may or may not know, but the old Lincoln Highway is basically US 30. It's the route that I-80 comes across the United States. It used to be the route that came across the United States before I-80 was built. And much in the same way that the interstate system was considered to be the Eisenhower highways, the reason why they called it the Lincoln Highway is because it was a project that Lincoln introduced after the Civil War, and they started to work on to get a path across the United States. Now, I honestly don't know if this is the path that it took through Telephone Canyon. I don't even know if it did. But according to a map that I was looking at online about the old Lincoln Highway and its path, there's like 2 or 3 versions. The oldest shows that they went through Telephone Canyon along this path, but they since put a pipeline in, so possibly the road that originally was here, there's maybe pieces of it, but we're probably not following it. Right up here pretty soon we're going to be pulling up, and we're going to be pulling up to a crossing where Peru Road Hill, which is a very well-maintained road hill that goes across from South Hill over to 6 Mile Bridge, the LaBarge turnout off of I-80. And it's believed that the path went along this road going towards there, but I'm going the other way. So my search is kind of over now. This is Peru Hill Road. It's about I'm not sure how many miles across, but I'm going to go find another trail, and then we'll go back down into Telephone Canyon and then finish up the video. This is up on top of South Hill, and as you can see, when you're on top of South Hill, you can see all the vistas around and everything else. You remember from the Pilot Butte video, I talked about how Pilot Butte can be seen from all around. You'll see Pilot Butte on several occasions throughout this video. Speeding up the filming for these videos, for the sake of these videos, is kind of what makes it to where you can get through it quicker and everything else. But anybody that would be going this fast on this road would be insane. It's got a lot of rock, and you would slide really, really a lot. here in just a few minutes, I'll find a trail. I have no idea what the name of it is, but it does take you down back to the area where we used to ride motorcycles all the time. Yeah, here's where I found it. I was just going to go through the sagebrush, but there was a bunch of broken bottles. And the other thing you'll notice through here, and it's kind of sad, people in the past have just bringing their stuff out here and thrown it. At one point we would come across a TV, a washer and dryer, some other stuff too. I don't know if the films will show it, but I might make it my mission one of these days to just go out and clean that up and recycle that stuff. I have a friend that's been doing that his entire life, and he still hasn't been able to get everything that's been thrown out in the wilderness here. I just think it's sad. Why people do that, I don't know. Don't know what that was, but it looked like solar panels was on it. It was something that was built with like logs. From time to time you see me stop, and that's me putting the side-by-side in low range. I was looking at the terrain and didn't know what I was going to be up against, so I decided to be safe and go into low range. But it turned out it wasn't that bad at all. Off in the distance over the hill, oh, it just disappeared. You see Pilot Butte right there. I'm still getting used to driving the side-by-side. It can be unnerving at times. Not used to these old roads. Haven't been on them for probably 30 years. But as I said, growing up, me and my friends, we used to ride motorcycles out through here all the time. We would spend hours, almost every day, just out here riding and all that. But then we'd find places where we'd just kind of race around in circles and stuff. I remember going down roads like this on my motorcycle with it wide open and every bump taking air and everything else. It was a lot of fun. One thing you notice about around Green River and all throughout Green River and around Green River when you go out on trails, we have some vistas. The vistas are just all over the place. Not only in the city of Green River, but the vistas exist through these canyons way south, way north. So I'm going to go down into the wash. This is where the water washes out every winter when the snow melts, and I decided I'd just kind of go down there. It's very well traveled for side-by-sides and motorcycles, and there's also other trails, as you can see, that show up that people use to just do jumps and everything else like that. I just stuck to the runoff bed. Towards the end of this, it used to be you could follow it all the way down to the river, but they built this water storage, kind of looks like a lake, a man-made lake at the end. So we run into a fence where it continues, so you have to climb up the hill here. But all this area where this storage, water storage for the water treatment plant, all this area used to be trails as well, and we used to ride motorcycles all throughout there. And that hill right there, we used to really have fun on that. And that's going to be a wrap for the video today. May you be empowered to prosper.